So here is the completed build. Build time today was about an hour and 50 minutes. And if you know the set that I'm reviewing, then you'll notice one problem. And that is that I don't have the roller coaster built. I do have the roller coaster. It's in this bag here. It just doesn't fit in this box, so I will be reviewing that separately later in the video. So let's just jump straight into it. So the first mini doll you get is Andrea, and she does have some very nice metallic printing down there on her purple boots, and then this nice moulded skirt. And then on her torso you can see that she's wearing a nice suit with a nice vest there, and of course a lovely metallic bow tie. There is actually some printing on the back just for some of the hemming and I don't know the proper sewing terms, but the folds on her back. Her moulded face does have a nice smiling expression. It also has this nice metallic printed heart on there. And then she's got this nice brown hair to finish it off. The next mini doll we get is Stella, and as you can probably guess, she's too unbalanced to stand up on her own, so I'll just hold her. She has some nice sort of zebra printing on her legs there, and a nice some nice alternation between the white and black feet. Again, a moulded skirt in there. And then her torso has this very intricate modern pattern with all sorts of whites and pinks and blacks, which is of course continued on the back. Of course you can see she's holding this nice contraption of spinning flames, so that's fun to play around with. I think that's a very nice addition. She just holds onto it with this piece here. And then her face is just a nice smiling expression. Of course, mini dolls don't have an expression on the back because they are specially moulded. But the faces we get are very nice. And then she has this really intricate hairpiece that I actually haven't seen before. The next mini doll we get is Camilla, and again she has some very nice metallic printing down there on her boots, and then on her torso you can see some more metallic printing on her vest top, a nice gold wand there, some even more metallic printing on the back just for the back of the top. She also has this very nice shiny cape. I really like that piece. Of course it's not shiny on the other side because it doesn't need to be. And also it looks very nice with the inside being more matte. And then she has another nice smiling expression with these nice pink pigtails. And finally we have Claire, who is wearing more sandals than boots down there. But she does have this really nice, intricately moulded skirt, which is very dressy and showy. And then she has some nice printing there for the top of her shirt, which reminds me a lot of feathers. Again, of course, it's continued on the back. And she also has this nice shiny tail cape. Again, matte on the inside, but a very nice shiny outside. And then her face printing is very nice, and she also has this nice printed headband up there, and then finishing off with this nice flowy blue hair, which is actually made out of a more rubbery material, because as you can see it does bend a little bit, but it is still rather strong. The first mini build we get is this nice little balloon stand. It really is no more complex than it has to be. It's literally just a brick with an air canister on top, a nice 5p coin, or I suppose it'd be a 5-cent coin, and a nice balloon with a golden string. But yeah, there's really not much going on here. I do, however, really like this sign build with the nice purple base to give it some stability. And then it's also, I'm not too sure what these signs are indicating, but it's a nice shiny sticker. But yeah, you can see there's one pointing that way and one pointing that way. But if you know what these mean, please do let me know, but I really have no idea. And then there's a nice white ball on top. But this isn't a one-trick pony because it actually glows in the dark. We also get this nice simple build here for some sort of magician's desk, if you will, with some nice things on here. First of all, we get this really nice printed tile of 3 playing cards, and that's on a clear tile as well, so it really just looks like it's just 3 playing cards. Then we have this nice simple enough flower, nothing really much going on there. But then we have this very cute bunny rabbit wearing a magician's hat. And of course, because the hat is attached by a hole in the bunny's head, which the mini dolls do also have, you can put the magician's hat onto a mini doll. We also get this nice bench with some balloons on the side. The balloons are just a very simple classic balloon build, which are attached with clips, so you can move them up and down if you wish. And then the benches themselves, I should say, sorry, have this nice sticker for the cushion there. Yeah, they have the nice sticker for the cushion there with some moon printing and some stars. And they are also posable because they're attached with these hinge pieces. So that allows you to get some nice posability, and it allows you to curve it around the stage. Because this set is in the LEGO Friends magic theme, it does come with a couple of magic tricks. The first one is this nice simple box. If we open it, there's nothing inside, but then if we close it, maybe tap it with a magic wand, say some magic words, and then open it again, there is in fact a mini doll inside. Now, the way this works is rather simple. It just has 2 hinges, as you can see on the side there. The first one just opens this front flap, and there's just a black wall here, and then the second one opens this middle flap with the compartment to put the mini doll in. Now, the box itself is very nice. It has these 2 stickered panels showing some sort of magic portal looking thing, with these nice coloured lights going down the side. I also really like the yellow stripe above the top and bottom. I think that really adds just another nice colour. Then it's got a nice pink top to finish it off as well. The second one is this nice chest, and if we open it up we can see that there is nothing inside. However, if we close it again, maybe tap it, say some magic words, and then open it again, there is a nice gem inside, which you can take out. That's not a sticker. But yeah, I really like this trick. I think it's nice and fun. The way this one works is there's actually a sliding compartment inside. So you can move this to the side to side, and that actually moves 2 trays inside the chest. One, of course, with the gem and one without the gem. Now, the box itself is a nice enough build. It looks a bit plain from the front, but the side does look very nice, apart from one minor issue that I have. It might be difficult to see on camera, but if you look in this gap between this green tile and this white tile, you can actually see that there is a gap where you can see the tray. Which means if you are going to perform this trick on someone, you do have to do it head on, otherwise they could see how the trick is done. Of course, you definitely can't show it from the back because that really shows the inner workings of the trick. But yeah, you can actually take this off and it comes even more out, so it's best to keep that on if you're doing the trick. The top of the box has this really nice stickered tile with question marks and stars, and then these nice arches to give it a nice finish. But yeah, I prefer this trick out of the two, but I do think the other one is very nice as well. Next we have these acrobatic spinning rings. If we just start from the bottom, I can show you some of the stuff. There's these nice decorative stars here, with some nice black cheese slopes, sorry. A very nice yellow and pink finish on the inside here. And then of course there's these great big purple structural beams holding up these two yellow circles on a few Technic pieces. There's also these nice plates on the circles, which does mean if you get one of the mini dolls and place them on the circle, it does spin round. Of course, for balance, it's best if you have two mini dolls on there. And of course, they can't hold wands or anything because then they will get stuck. But if we just put a second mini doll on there, then you can just spin them round. And it looks like they're having so much fun. You can see on the back, it doesn't look as good from the back. There is this nice Technic piece, I'm not entirely sure what you'd call that, which does just make it a bit easier to spin it round. And one final detail with this build is, like the sign I showed you earlier, it does in fact glow in the dark. So yeah, I think that's just a very nice finish. Of course, the main part of this build is this whole magical stadium, so I will now talk about this. But one thing that will make it easier to review is these two side sections do in fact come off, so I can review those independently. So this side here is very nice on the outside. It has these two purple sections here with some nice cloudy stickers, and this nice metallic decorative printing on this cone up here. It also has this nice yellow star with a green heart in there, which I think looks very nice. Other than that, it's mostly just white columns. But of course there is an interior. So if we take a look down here, it seems to be some sort of makeup booth with a mirror there. And you can see there's some lipstick and some sort of paintbrush and a hairbrush, but I've actually lost the piece that connects the hairbrush, so that's just at the side. There's also this nice stool for the mini dolls to sit on. And then if we move up to the attic, you can actually find 3 juggling pins. And I think that's a very nice addition. Then if I just take the roof off because it's a bit too high for the camera, you can just see the final few details. There's this nice decorative moulding showing the tiles on the roof, and then a nice gold cone followed by a pink and gold flag. And I just think this is a very nice section of the building. The second section is this nice photo and popcorn stand, which of course does have a nice customer window there. But yeah, again, if we start from the bottom, it has these same stickers that can be seen on the other side. This time it is a much more specialised piece, again because it has the window there. There is a nice countertop here which does have a ride photo and another 5p or 5 cent coin. Again, the top of the roof is exactly the same, But this time on the side we do have this very nice build for a bucket of popcorn. And this, for the shape of the popcorn, they actually used one of the Unikitty cloud pieces, which I thought was a very clever part usage. And they just covered up the bottom half, and now it looks like popcorn. But yeah, if we move round to the back, you can see some of the interior. You can see there's a nice section over here for the ride photos with one of the actual ride vehicles. I'll show you those shortly. As well as a nice popcorn machine over here with these two popcorn boxes on top, one of which has popcorn in. And as you can see, there is something in this case here, and you can see that that's one of these pieces to represent popcorn, and a translucent stud to represent some butter to make the buttery popcorn. But this time there is nothing up here in the attic. But yeah, I think this is a very nice build. If we start down at the bottom of the main section of this building, you can see that there's this nice raised stage with the pink and yellow colour scheme, and I think that's really nice. And then there's this nice big pink stage area with a couple of pillars holding up the roof. And you can also see that, well, it's a bit difficult to see, but there is also this white circle back here. So if I get one of our mini dolls and stand her on there, then we can actually spin her around, which is a nice enough feature. I'm not sure it was entirely necessary, but you can see that there's just a green gear over here that you spin around, and it spins the mini doll around inside. Then behind the mini doll there's these two big signs with lights on the top, which can actually be spun round to reveal this sort of mesmerising pattern for, I imagine, if she wants to do any hypnosis. Then if we move further up, there is another one of these yellow stars with a green heart inside. And then further up again, there's these nice cloth pieces to show the roof. I think that's very nice, and it just shows a nice patterned tent-like roof, which, I mean, it's not made out of actual Lego pieces, but it does give off a very nice effect. And then if we move further up, there is in fact a rabbit in a hat, but as you can see the camera is too low down for me to show you that, so I'll actually detach it for you. But before I do, I thought I'd just show you that it's actually attached with a Technic beam for extra stability. So if we just pull that beam off, you can see the building starts to crumble. But then if we just pull the hat off as well, then I can talk about it independently. Now this rabbit in a hat is actually my favourite part of this entire set. So first of all, you have these nice two stickered playing cards, one being the Three of Hearts, one being the Ace of Clubs. I imagine they're just two random cards they picked. I don't imagine there's much significance behind them. But if we take those off, then you can get a better look of the hat build. It's just a typical magician's top hat with a nice yellow band around there, and of course there's a nice rabbit inside. There is also a nice feature to lift the rabbit out of the hat, just like so. That's just a simple lever on the back that you knock down and it lifts the rabbit up, because as you can see it just raises a Technic beam inside there which lifts the rabbit up. The rabbit itself is actually a very nice build. It's got this nice carrot down there at the bottom, And then the rabbit has that really cute face with the two hands up by its chin. And then also these two nice ear builds, which can actually be positioned because they're just held on by clips. But yeah, I just absolutely adore this rabbit in a hat build. I think the cards on the front just add an extra nice final touch. But yeah, I just think it's super cute. Now, as I said earlier, this is only part of the set, because of course it does come with the roller coaster as well. So I will go and build that, and I'll wrap it up into a very quick speed build. So here is the completed build. Build time for the roller coaster was about 45 minutes, which means the total build time was about 2 hours and 35 minutes. But of course, I was working without numbered bags, which increases the build time. So anyway, let's just jump straight into it. So, of course, if we start off with the station, the roller coaster sits nicely in here because it's a dip. So when it comes around, it usually just sits there nicely. And then, of course, you can lift the bar up, and there's this nice arrow pointing you into the roller coaster car, which, like I showed before, you can sit the mini dolls in nicely. So you get two identical cars, apart from the colour, of course, but the actual build is identical. They've got the exact same pattern and everything. So if we just talk about this purple one, if we start at the front, it's got a nice cute bunny face with the whiskers at the side and rosy cheeks. And then of course it's got the two big purple bunny ears. And then the side pattern for the legs is really nice. And then of course it has a nice puffy tail on the back, which actually glows in the dark. And of course that's the case for the other one too. And of course, because it's a roller coaster, you can put the mini dolls in it. You just put their legs in between that bar there, and they stay in rather well. It's quite difficult to get them out by shaking, but of course it's nice and easy to just pull them out. So I think that these two are very nice roller coaster cars. Upon leaving the station, you go up this first hill, and then round a corner and through this nice archway. And this archway I think is very nice. It's got some nice colourful lights up and down the sides, with another of these nice stars on top, and of course the arch itself. And once the roller coaster cart goes through there, it reaches this cloud with some stars on it, which it just pushes out the way because it spins around nice and easily. That's not the sort of thing you would see on a real roller coaster, but it's a nice enough addition. Then after that, the car goes up this final hill before it begins its descent. The first thing it meets on its descent is another of these spinny things. This time it's a circular tube that says boom on it, which it just whacks out of the way before going down the next hill, which contains another of these nice arches. However, this time it does in fact have a camera on the back, which is a very nice addition. And then finally it goes down the final hill into the station again. In total, the track goes up here, round here, past the cloud, and then if you push hard enough, most of the time it does make it all the way back to the station. All in all, I think this is a great set. I think the mini dolls are really nice. This is a fun little spinny thing. The roller coaster is a really fun addition. It's always great to get a good Lego roller coaster. But of course, my favourite part is this little rabbit in a hat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.